And we are back once again, Thero and Electric hanging out with you for this next 70-star group stage match. We just finished up an amazing run. Now heading into the next one. How are you doing today, Electric?
Doing great. How are you doing, Thero?
I can't complain. I'll tell you, the phenomenal runs that have happened throughout this tournament are just amazing to me. Multiple matches retimed this week. Our last match that we just watched was neck and neck all the way until the end. I'm interested to see what both of these experienced guys are bringing to the table today.
Absolutely. And in such a traditional category as 70 star, we're going to see so many optimal strats, so much stuff that you really wouldn't think you'd see in a race. But ultimately, these guys, if they want to win the gold, they've got to go for some of the hardest stuff in this game.
I definitely agree. Tippy, always that turning point. Taggo, how are you feeling going into this match right now?
Pretty good.
Now,
I'm a little bit sick, but other than that, pretty good.
I will tell you, you guys in Group B, it's a pretty stellar group with you, Lunar Jump, the gentleman you're going against today, Poke and Sax as well. How do you feel about your grouping?
I mean, uh, I don't know
Is
exactly.
it? I mean, you are so close with your 70-star runs as it is. You were definitely a powerhouse in this tournament. Okay, how do you feel about that?
Uh, I have no clue. I feel like I don't stand a chance, but I mean, I'll try my best.
You're here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Have you been practicing extra hard, knowing you're going to be facing the big boys in your group for sure?
Oh yeah, I've been practicing a ton. Like, I used to only do 16 star, now I'm only doing 70. Like, dang.
How long
That's
have
got
you
to.
just been running 70?
I learned like a couple months ago, but for now I've been practicing for like a month now. So
Electric,
Amen
what do you got?
there.
yeah.
Now, Tago, I've been seeing you doing world record attempts for the past few weeks. Do you think that's going to have any effect on your race performance today, good or bad?
Um, well, I mean, I'm pretty warmed up, like with runs, obviously, because I've been grinding so much. So I feel pretty confident.
Now to Poke, switching from 16 star to 70 star, has that transition gone well for you? And do you think you got a fair shot against Tago?
I mean, from 16 star, 16 being like pure tricks and 70 being like pure movement. I it's a bit of a change, but I feel like if I can get a more consistent run, then Tago, maybe I'll win.
Consistency is key for sure. Well, thank you, gentlemen, for that interview. We'll say hello to you at the end of this race. Good luck to both of you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
And as these guys are leaving the call, we've got to say hello to VIE.GG, the betting platform that has sponsored GSA. Type exclamation point bet in the chat if you would like to go ahead and bet. Remember that the legal betting age in your country is required in order for you to place any bets on these matches. And we are super glad to have them as a sponsor. What do you think, Thero?
For sure. All of these different tournaments, they're donating towards the prize pool. There are quite a few folks that are already betting. As long as you're of legal age and you can bet in your country, hit exclamation point bet or hit that link down in the panels right below where you're watching us now. I'm really excited for this matchup. I've kind of been waiting for it all week. To experienced runners within the game, Taggo, 70 God, grinding it out for years and years, millennials going for that world record. And then we've got Poke on the other side, 16-star guru, heading into 70-star, been pushing really, really hard. I think this is going to be a good matchup today.
I think so too. The different categories, we're going to definitely see a comparison between the strats that these guys have practiced for a long time now. Both of them going ahead and heading into the game. We're going to go ahead and get these guys synced up for you with their timers.
Really interesting. Looks like we're running very similar. We did not get the chance to ask about routing beforehand. Kind of leave it as a surprise for sure.
No doubt about that. Although I'm not expecting to see a whole lot of surprises through the routing. I'm expecting to see HMC late rather than any other basement stage late. But we'll definitely see what these guys pull out for us. Going through the intro right now, Lakitu about to zoom in on those pipes. And
The biggest difference I think that we've seen as of late is CCM 17 versus CCM 18 doing that 100 coin with the Penguin Star, which is really risky.
honestly, although TGC 100 to replace that is definitely also risky. Both of our guys getting Lakitu skip first time, definitely a time save that you do not want to miss in a race like this.
For sure. Heading into Bomb Clip, possibly Island Hop. We've seen it out of a couple of the runs here in this 70-star tournament. Super spicy, super hype if it's gone that way. Looks like both gentlemen heading towards Bomb Clip for now, playing it safe.
Definitely a good strategy here. Ooh, Pokey missing
Okay.
the bomb clip, whereas Taggo gets it perfect dead on. He's going to have to respawn that bomb, wasting a fair bit of time there, but it looks like he's going to get it second time. And successful second time bomb clip. Not so much of a time loss, but definitely not something you want to lose at the very beginning of a run like this.
All it was he wanted to show that bomb who's boss to make sure he knew, hey, we're getting this next time. So he had to throw it away, get a new one, and nailed it the second time through, giving Taggo a slight lead right now. Both runners electing to do the Slide Star Princess Peach's Secret Slide Star first. Commentator spilling over his words right now. I say a 12.7 out of Taggo.
I'm going to have to say a 12.8. Chat, go ahead and post your guesses. Ooh, it made a 13.2 on that first one due to that bonk. Chat, give your guesses for Poke711. I'm going to go ahead and guess a 12.7 in commemoration of that name.
And a 13.4.
13.4. Wow,
Yeah,
without even a
positive
bonk.
13 on both of these. We'll have to see what happens.
Amen to that. Both commentators forgetting to look at the script that Simply provided us, whereas both of these runners are going into Wants Fortress. Let's see how they handle what is honestly one of the hardest stages in this run. You got Cannonless, you got Owlless, you got so many tricks that are really precise and that can really define how exactly your run is going to go, especially if you're not in the right mentality starting out. Taggo going for texture setup, and it pays off.
Knocking it out. Okay, decided to go for 100 coin. Looks like possibly half cycle coming up. Super exciting already.
Amen to that. Taggo going for texture setup, that's something that you see pretty rarely in runs like this, especially in races, but Taggo going for those world record attempts, he's pretty sure that he can get it. Meanwhile, Pokey getting a somewhat slow cycle on that platform, but not the worst.
It's interesting to see these star choices and what these runners decide to do. You know, you see mainly in runs almost the 100 coin, that's the typical Poke route that you're seeing here. 100 coin first. Some elect to go ahead and do Candleless or Owlless first to get them out of the way, but you know, you're not really resetting here, so I guess star order wouldn't really matter anyway.
Definitely true, but you gotta focus a lot on that mentality, and for someone like Taggo, getting that Cannonless with texture setup the first time, that's gotta make him feel good, gotta make him feel fresh. He's definitely, I think, on his A game right now. 100 coin going super smoothly for him. He's gonna have to break that. Oh, actually going for that 5 coin route right there. Nice end to his 100 coin. Meanwhile, Pokey getting his 8 red coins at the end of his 100 coin.
Okay. Looks like he's in the lead. He's actually not in the lead because Taggo is 1 star ahead of him right now, grabbing that Cannonless, but it could change at any second. I don't think we're going to see any crazy risky strats coming from Poke today, only because he knows what he's going against. He knows he's going against Taggo. Just the nerves alone would kind of get to you. Taggo fumbling up just a little bit, headed up towards Owlless.
Meanwhile, Pokey getting texture setup
Taggo.
while Taggo misses the triple jump wall kick to get that Owlless star. I'm honestly missing it again.
Number 2. This is the opening that Poke needs right here in the beginning. Taggo going through his mind right now. Why do I keep missing this? Let's see what his recovery is going to be. Poke missing his first as well.
But he's
maybe Nintendo actually patched Owlless. Apparently not, because Poke did get it, so there was no patch. It was all a rumor perpetuated by Nintendo for this tournament. Don't worry about it. Just ignore what the commentators saying, chat.
Commentator and insider at Nintendo. Meanwhile, Poke up a cannonless star. Definitely. Well, actually, Taggo got the cannonless, but I mean, it's really anyone's game. Oh, and Poke sliding down. It is no longer anyone's game at this point. That is a rough slide to take there.
Still very, very early. We've seen massive deaths in Dark World, and folks coming back from that. We saw Super Viper earlier in the week take a huge death in Dark World and come back for the W at the end of the match. A lot of time left.
No doubt about that. We've got definitely about 44 minutes left, at least, in this run. And both of our guys going into the Wump on top of the castle. Now, as other commentators have had arguments about, do you think that this is a King Wump or just a standard Wump that grew a bit oversized, maybe took a few too many of those growth pills?
Well, I think, personally, he's just a really big Wump. That's the only spot that he can go. I mean, I don't know about the king part. How many kings can you have in this kingdom? You have the King Bob-omb, you have Princess Peach, you know, King Bowser, but I think that's self-proclaimed, to be perfectly honest. I think he's just a really big Womp that they just stuck up top. And then maybe after Mario destroys him, that's what they build the tower out of? Possibly? I don't know.
That's what I would think, although I am not sure if there's exactly enough rock. I have put forward the theory that I still stand by, that the entire Womp's fortress is the Mother Womp. Those little blocks that keep popping out are the Sun Womps, and I mean, the guy on the top, he must be Daddy Womp, honestly.
Big Daddy Womp. I think we can go for that. Let's see if Taggo can make it up on this second slide. I'm going to stand by 12.7.
I'm going to go ahead and go with a 12.9, just thinking that there's going to be a little bit of sloppiness. Ooh, and a 12.8 right splitting between the commentators.
In the middle. Very interesting, riding along that left-hand side of the slide, saving a little bit of time. Poke doing the same thing, desperately trying to catch up at this point. Let's see what he gets.
Looked like a bit late of a dive. I'm going to say 13. Ooh, 12.9.
12.9. That point, or 1/10 of a second off, is what commentators are going against today. Taggo grabbing the twins, heading up to get number 3 and 4.
Interesting arc there, losing a slight amount of time, but nowhere near as much as if he would have missed those twins.
Now, a lot of runners know this particular stage. The flying is very wonky. A very nice rollout by Taggo at the end, but it's a difficult stage to go fast. Looks like Poke missed one of the two twins. That's going to cost them about 4 to 5 seconds, having to go back and get that other coin.
Although it definitely shows a lot towards his race performance that he didn't just immediately circle back for them. He knows that you can just go right back around, and it's a bit faster to go ahead and go for those at the very end of your sequence. Going for a bit awkward of a tech skip. Oh, and he misses it.
Getting that text box, wasting a little bit of time as Taggo going for his first red here in Dark World. That movement-intensive Bowser course. It goes hard on you for sure. Any false movement, you're headed down to that green pit of stalagmites and stalactites.
Amen to that. And it's really a wonder what exactly Nintendo is trying to base this off of. I mean, the Dark World, the problem I have is the stalactites and the stalagmites are so close together. Where is the world in there? Meanwhile, Taggo just barely looks like he's missing the Shigeru cycle there, but that's okay. Poke also getting a fairly clean start to his red coins and Bowser in the Dark World.
Maybe it's like a prison for Bowser. Oh, Taggo taking the bonk on the stairs.
Meanwhile, Poke having to take the ledge grab, but it's definitely still close.
Anyone's match at this point. No major deaths, some minor mistakes from both runners here in the beginning. No major. Oh, Poke bonks, falls all the way down. Meant to
Looking
go for that
too hard at those stalactites.
Ooh, that's definitely gonna cost him.
No doubt about that. Meanwhile, Taggo going ahead and getting that Bowser key, showing him what's for, throwing him once at a bomb. But Matt, Poke is gonna have to really pick up the pace if he's gonna hope to even get close to Taggo's time here. Ooh, and having to get that ledge grab there, that definitely cost him the Shigeru cycle there.
How big is this key ring to hold keys that are the size of your body? I mean, is this almost like Kingdom Hearts here, where we have massive keys that can be wielded as keyblades?
See, I really don't know. I mean, with how big Bowser is, he's got to have that pocket space. You got to know it.
But where is Mario carrying it?
That is a good point.
In his magical hat? I don't know. We need to look this up.
Mario confirmed to be just like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Meanwhile, Taggo missing the first ground pound on Sky Jump, but that's okay. Not going to lose him too much time. Whereas Pokey just collecting the red coin star from Bowser in the Dark World, going in for his first throw. Let's hope he can actually get this first try to go ahead and just keep up with Taggo. That's really his goal at this point.
He's gonna have to make up some time here. He spoke about in the interview how nervous he is. That throw looked a little bit sketchy in the beginning, but thank God to the huge hitboxes here in Dark World, he was able to land it. Taggo heading into CCM Cool Mountain.
Let's see how exactly he handles this stage. And he's going for wall kicks will work. Let's see if they will work.
He slipped off.
And he takes that ball going straight for the death there in CCM. That's going to cost him some time. Pokey 7-11 going into CCM himself.
This is what we were talking about. This is the opening that Poke needs. Just chipping away, nipping at his heels. The small mistakes that Taggo's going to make here.
Going for a safe wall kicks will work. Not even using a wall kick, but his strats still work today. Meanwhile, Poke going for Sky Jump here. Commentator mistaken saying that Poke will go straight into CCM, forgetting about Sky Jump, one of the more difficult stars in this run.
Getting a little bit of dust there, not having enough speed to get up to ground pound that box. Taggo disciplining this baby penguin for getting so far away, getting down there so quickly, hitting that text and grabbing that star, trying to make up and widen the gap between Poke at this point.
Poke entering CCM. Meanwhile, Taggo gets that star from bringing the baby back to his mom. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that's just bad parenting. I mean, if that penguin makes it all the way up to the top of that mountain, how unobservant must that mother penguin be?
Absolutely unobservant. That's what we talked about it recently in the last run. This shouldn't be Cool Mountain. It should be Negligent Penguin Parent Mountain. Why
Child
do you let
Protective
your child...
Services Mountain.
That's
Amen.
right. Taggo not grabbing that safety red there. Very confident in running with the penguin here. Bonking, headed in, losing a couple of seconds.
Definitely not the way you want to start out this 100 coin. No doubt.
So not racing the penguin, as the commentator was mistaken, as we don't know what the routes are beforehand. Got a little bit of wiggle room with not racing the penguin. We've seen both routes, CCM 17, CCM 18. Obviously, Taggo going for this 17 route here. Still unsure what Poke is going to be going for.
Yes, indeed. Meanwhile, Taggo seems to have missed one of those coins at the start of this Cool Mountain slide, which is evident by his 98 coin total. Although that red coin on top of the tree will make up for that, thankfully.
For sure, mathematically perfect, very well executed and planned out. Taggo's going to be leaving CCM after grabbing this star. Looks like Poke is going to elect to go for the CCM 18, doing the 100 coin along with Mama or Daddy Penguin.
I would definitely have to say Mama Penguin. Oh, and Poke not getting that speed door, having to kick off the wall and wasting a few seconds there that he does not have the opportunity to lose.
Missing channeling that Michael Jackson, a moonwalk straight into the door, having to kick the wall to reduce that speed to get through the door quickly. Taggo heading into Big Boo's haunt, taking him out, grabbing the cage, jumping in fairly quickly. Poke's got some time he's got to make up.
Now, I gotta say, Taggo is going through right now my personal favorite childhood stage. I mean, I know I'm a weirdo for saying this, but BBH, that stage always just intrigued me as a kid. I always thought there was a secret area left. What about you, Taggo? What was your favorite stage as a kid?
See, I'll tell you this. This stage in particular scared the crap out of me. Only because the piano haunted my dreams. Dong, 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 dong. Every time you go near it, it took me forever to figure out there's a red coin under it. So it took me a little while to complete it. But a couple of my stages will be coming up here shortly as well.
Amen to that. Meanwhile, commentator Electric not quite getting scared of the piano, but just trying to struggle to figure out how to get up on Big Boo's balcony. Finally figuring out that side flips are a thing at the age of ripe old 15. Meanwhile, Poke711 seeming to have a little bit of a better time. Oh, missing that coin, but that's okay. Purposeful miss there.
Yep, he's got 87, so he's not going to be able to long jump. Ooh, I don't know if you saw that. He missed the last coin or so back, so he can still execute the long jump. Very precise movements and showing the experience from Poke as Taggo's headed down to the basement. First one headed down of the day at 15 minutes, 41 seconds. Excellent.
Definitely a great time to be headed down there. Let's see what Suchi ends up going for first, as far as SSL or LLL. Sand Land or Land.
I say we're going to go for a MIPS here. Getting that swag grab, not electing to dive and grab MIPS.
And that's definitely a nice little grab there. I mean, the time gain from getting that dive grab is not enough to really compensate for the risk of going for it. Taggo going into shitty Sandland.
Let's see here. In the talents, I don't know. He's probably going to go for P-less first. We could probably see a double pillarless coming out.
Nice initial pillarless, which if you're looking for nice statistics, go onto vie.gg to bet on this race or any other race on the Speedrunning channel. They're a prime sponsor of the Speedrunning channel, and any race, including this one, can be bet on their site as long as you are of legal age and in a legal country.
For sure. And lots of folks already betting. All you got to do, exclamation point bet. Check that out. If you want to check out the bracket, exclamation point bracket, click on that link there. Click on the 70-star tournament. Check out the groups. Really amazing setup coming over the next couple of weeks from vie.gg and GSA. Taggo going for his second pillarless to grab that star up top.
And he gets it very cleanly. Going to jump straight for that star. Not even getting the shame fall there. Very clean from Taggo. A world record contender at the moment.
Looks like Poke wrapping up his BBH here. Taggo widening that lead with the execution. That double pillarless.
That's definitely going to be difficult for Poke to match, especially with how hard that strat is. I mean, that's something, what Taggo has done here is really something that mostly pros go for. So it's going to be interesting to see how exactly Poke attempts to match this.
Truly excellent. Grabbing that star out of the talons. Super easy for him. Going to be wrapping up, most likely, his final star here up at the top of the pyramid.
And Poke missing MIPS.
Wow.
Oh, fortunately, getting him the second time through.
Now, what that is, where he caught MIPS, it's going to require more castle movement, so that's time loss for him. Definitely not something that he wants to hear at this point in the race.
Amen to that. Although Taggo is handing into Lolo Land, so we'll see exactly how this gets handled here.
Alrighty, Taggo electing to go for these red coins. Narrowly missing that burn there, but operating like a machine. Almost like a TAS. Excellent run from this amazingly consistent runner here. Poke in SSL, backing up with that top of the pyramid star. The mindset, you know, that's what really controls this game, not the single joystick and the 3 to 4 buttons that you're pressing. It's your mindset. If you get into your own head, if you're not focusing exactly what you're doing, you will choke, unfortunately. Okay, going ahead and going for pillars here. Ain't a little weird to start off with. One more ground pound and he's in.
He gets it pretty cleanly. That's definitely good for Poke. Meanwhile, Taggo going into LLL for his third star. Going for the 100 coin, it looks like. Or just straight up going into the volcano. Oh, no, but he's going for the bully.
Gonna go ahead and grab that big bully like it owed him some money. Heading up, grabbing this star. It's really interesting to be able to time those jumps, you know, because the platforms don't appear until after the star spawns. If you get a ledge grab there, you're pretty much in the lava.
Amen to that. And that is definitely, like you said, it's a precise jump there. And despite the fact that Taggo wasn't even able to see the platform he was landing on, he landed on it perfectly, going ahead and going for the other 3 bullies. Now, I don't know about you, but I honestly sometimes wonder, what did these bullies go through? Who hurt them to make them push Taggo into the lava, making him kill that last bully? from the lava.
Taggo has got plenty of time right now. Poke going with this long jump for the lava boost and failing,
missing it. Having to
taking a
take
death.
Fortunately, when he jumps back in, he will be back within the volcano, but man, that is a time loss he cannot take at the moment.
Wow. Gonna try again here. Getting it his second time. Grabbing the bottom of that pole, skipping through, grabbing the star.
Is clean, but man, I wish he would have been able to get that off of the lava boost like Taggo did just now. Getting that clean dismount off the pole and going ahead and grabbing that star easily. Clean as glass, cleaner at the moment.
Poke headed back over, most likely to do the bullies. Oh, getting bodied. Can only land in the lava one more time. He was able to take control of the situation. Call the police, get him off of him, grabbing that star. Just as Taggo's working on this, riding the elevator. Very relaxing star, taking that tour to the top, grabbing the star with ease as we head out of Lethal Lava Lands.
Yep. Meanwhile, Poke still having to deal with this hot stuff. I mean, it seems like Poke just keeps losing too much time to each stage. Going ahead and heading for these 3 bullies, but I mean, let's see if he manages to get them a bit cleaner than Taggo. That's really going to define a lot. And he
1, 2,
manages
and
to get
3.
them without burning them. Very nice bullies from Taggo, from Poke at 7-Eleven.
Taggo heading into dire docks. We've seen runners struggle here, specifically with those hitboxes on the manta rings. Taggo practicing this star quite a bit, working on his 70 star, knowing exactly where to turn. Interesting fact, Mario has to be facing the back of the chest in order to be able to trigger the chest. So if you notice, as Taggo's going through, he's kind of rubbing up against the side of the chest, but making sure that Mario's faced backwards so that he hits and triggers the chest.
Yep, and that is going to save him a star later on, although it is sometimes a tad slow, but I think it's going to work out for him in the end, especially with his performance thus far. Whereas Poke 7-Eleven still in Lethal Lava Land.
Very good movement headed into the volcano for Poke.
Meanwhile, let's see how Taggo manages to go through the DDD 100.
It's all about lag reduction.
Amen to that.
Sub.
Looks like he's going either straight for the sub or for the Jetstream star here. Going ahead and doing that lag reduction with the camera right.
He's going to be doing front sub, most likely. Backing up that water. Yes, he is going to be executing front sub, showing that swag. A very difficult strat indeed.
And not eating
Very
any
nice.
lag, getting that first try. That's only
Missing
about
the
a half
star,
second
missing the
save.
ground pound, but still very well executed for sure. Okay, wrapping up his time here in Lethal Lava Land so that he can join Taggo in Dire Docks. Just
And that
as
is
Taggo. Here's what we talked about, those hitboxes for the manta ray. You know, they're rings, but the game doesn't register exactly where those rings are, so it's kind of difficult. Taggo showing it as experience once again, understanding exactly where those rings are, muscle memory kicking in, but he misses the star. Gonna have to swim up before he gets sucked down into the toilet bowl.
And he keeps getting just spiraled around. Finally, not even grabbing the star there. Finally grabbing the star where Poke 11 goes into DDD himself. Let's see if he can have a little bit of better luck going into these first few stars here.
If we keep seeing these small minor mistakes, they can add up over time and give Poke the opportunity to come from behind as he's nipping at his heels. Taggo headed into Lethal Lava Lands.
Let's see if he managed to get early LEs, skipping the red coins. I think, actually going for red coins on his second time around. I've normally seen people go for Commentator, actually not entirely recognizing the route here.
Yes, that's pretty typical. Spawning that elevator up, going back and grabbing that third red coin, and then dropping down to get the next one. Grabbing the 6. Very good
simple
cycle.
for the LEs there. Not even having to do a triple jump there. Commentator just simply forgetting.
Burning.
Ooh! That is not a place you want to lose time, but since you've gotten past the LEs, I mean, you have a little bit of time to burn, honestly.
That is going to prevent the good ending, but it looks like he's going to go ahead and grab this wall kick, grab the star, and head to go see Bowser for the second time. The teleporting Bowser.
Amen. And you definitely do not want to miss a throw on this guy because it loses more time anywhere else.
Alrighty. Okay, going for the typical strat at the rear of the sub. Playing it safe for sure. Taggo lining himself up for this very easy Bowser throw. And he nails it.
Very dead on. I mean, this is one that it's not super hard to get, but if you manage to miss it, it loses you so much more time than even a Bowser throw on the third Bowser.
Oh no. Having an issue with this Manta Ray. Having to chase the Manta Ray around. Hopefully he can grab this last one and spawn the star. He was able to. Lost a little bit of time there.
That Manta Ray is very unforgiving. Like you said earlier, the ring hitboxes do not exactly correspond with the rings themselves. Definitely a hard one to hit. Poke looks like he's about to go into his own Dark World, Fire Sea, whereas Taggo entering the upstairs. Now, if Taggo doesn't handle Tall Mountain, Wet Dry World, and Tiny Huge Island well, Poke definitely has a chance to catch up, but we really just have to watch.
Taggo struggling just a little bit getting into Wet Dry World, hitting that Skeeter, missing that coin. He's all right if he gets all of the coins here. He'll be dead even. He just can't miss any more coins on this 100 coin route. Grabbing that blue box. Skeeter in a kind of strange position, lined up for him perfectly. Oh, he missed the coin. He's going to have to go back and get it.
Very nice recovery there. Not even missing a single blue. That takes skill. If you've played this game before, you know those blue coins, they disappear pretty quickly, and those Skeeter coins also disappear pretty quickly. So nice speed from Taggo, going ahead and going straight up to that upper level there. Not even bothering with the zappy. He just says, you know what? I'm grounded right now. Not going to bother with you. Not going to get shocked by you.
Very nice double jump into a side flip to grab this last secret and spawn that star. Great RNG on this box.
Meanwhile,
Poke,
and that is an easy Chucka to come out, especially with how many coins he gives you. Meanwhile, Poke kind of struggling a little bit with those last couple of red coins on Fire Sea, but ultimately getting that star on his second try. Let's see if he manages to get the Bowser as good as Taggo at the moment.
Right now, any large mistake upstairs or in Tippy will be a game changer at this point.
Amen, especially in a stage like TikTok Clock, or if you're towards the top of Wet Dry World. I mean, you don't get a lot of opportunities to change the water level in Wet Dry World, so it's definitely to your advantage to do as well as you can that first time through. Taggo going ahead and getting that triple jump with ease, going for the elevator star.
And that is deceptively difficult, executing that triple jump wall kick to get on top of the elevator. Taggo making these wall kicks straight up to the top look very, very easy. Had a great angle going all the way up just as Poke is grabbing his second key. We see Express Elevator hurry up. That's what's in Poke's mind right now to be able to salvage what's left of this race. Anything goes headed upstairs for Poke. Taggo getting that long jump off the Skeeter. Gonna execute that triple jump wall kick one more time. Heading for the jump dive to get the top of the town star.
Looks like he's definitely saving the castle for the very last star, which I do not blame him there. That's definitely one that you don't exactly want to go for immediately. Top of the town, I mean, it's a nice one to go ahead and start to close off with. To go ahead and start to get yourself out of the Wet Dry World mode and into the Tiny Huge Island mode.
Okay, not starting off with a 100 coin here. Also going for the triple jump wall kick to get on top of the elevator. Gonna go ahead and knock out the elevator first, looks like. Getting that angle lined up and executed really almost perfect.
Honestly, I mean, I didn't see anything really wrong with that elevator besides that the platform was so low just because of how fast he did it.
Heading into THI for Taggo. About one stage ahead. Wet Dry World is a long stage. THI is a fairly short stage for these runners.
Although it's definitely a fairly complicated stage for
Ooh.
sure. We see Taggo going pretty cleanly through secrets. Let's see if he can end secrets well and see how he handles the next couple of stars, like Pluck the Piranha Flowers, the Red Coins, and Wiggler's Cave, and etc.
Taggo was showing his experience there. I don't know if you noticed the Mario Cam for the lag reduction. You do experience a little bit of lag when you're jumping across. It can also cause you to bonk right there.
Yep, and with how many polygons are having to be rendered in Tiny Huge Island, I definitely don't blame him for doing that lag reduction there. Looks like he's going into, let's see.
Hitting up that top of the town, or I'm sorry, the top of the mountain star. Commentator getting confused with Poke, still in Wet Dry World, working on his 100 coins right now.
Meanwhile, other commentator getting a slight phone call, going to have to mute his mic just momentarily.
That's all right. I think it's Poke calling to try to see if he can catch up for the rest of this race. Doing fairly well on coin count. Taggo going back in, long jump across to take care of these piranhas. Talked about earlier how satisfying it is to take out the piranhas. Typically you'll see like this, that slide kick going across, grabbing each one of them. Poke spawning that last secret star, heading up, finishes 100 coin, pretty decent RNG. He's got that safety coin with him still. Ledge grabbing, that's going to cost him just a little bit. Taggo showing once again why he's number 2. Heading out of THI. Gonna go talk to Toad. The first non-1-2 punch of the day coming from Taggo. Poke gonna long jump across, grab this last secret star, and continue on. Taggo with a commanding lead at this point in Tall Mountain.
Amen. Now, as long as he doesn't lose his lead in Tall Mountain, honestly, I don't think it's too early to call. I think this race may be in favor of Taggo if he gets a clean Tall Mountain here, as well as a clean Snowman's Land. Now, meanwhile, myself getting interrupted by calls on classified ads that I did not even list.
Oh, that's fair. Was it for GameCube controller training?
It was actually for a Super Mario 64 PAL cart, believe it or not.
Ooh, a PAL cart. Interesting.
Not sure what the buyer was interested in other than just being slow, but Poke going into his own Tiny Huge Island. Meanwhile, let's see if Taggo manages to get the log kick, and he does the second time. Very nice there. That is a strat we've seen mess up a lot of runners so far.
This triple jump going up to the top of the mountain, it's kind of interesting that Taggo went for that top of the mountain star, because what happens is if you don't get the waterfall star first, it'll spawn that cage, which can cause lag. So kind of interesting choice from Taggo. Taggo showing some swag here with Breezeless. Executes perfectly.
Very
amazing.
Nice.
Phenomenal.
That's something we very rarely see in races. Just savor that moment right there. Breezeless, such a difficult strat. Very comparable to Island Hop. I'm surprised he even went for it, and I'm even more surprised he got it, but that's Taggo for you, ladies and gentlemen. Just a few seconds off the 70-star world record. Going and missing that ramp, it looks like, excuse me, but going for box jump instead and getting that star very handily, while Poke is getting his own star at the top of the mountain.
Taggo knows that he's in the lead now. We'll most likely see more of these little swag maneuvers coming from him while Poke is trying to catch up. Now, that could be at an advantage for Poke. If Swag feels too confident, I'm sorry, if Taggo feels too confident, he could be more prone to make small mistakes that he wouldn't normally make. Reds looks absolutely gorgeous. Getting that rollout at the end.
Meanwhile, Poke going ahead and getting that Piranha Star, while Taggo looks like he's going ahead and leaving Tall Mountain.
You can see the nerves. He ground pounded just a little bit early there. Wasn't able to get the star off on the ground pound. Had to jump back up and grab it. Just as Poke is grabbing that Toad Star and heading up to TTM. Right now, Taggo's commanding lead is about one full course ahead.
Yep, that's what it appears. And I mean, I wouldn't expect any less from a guy that's been running world record attempts on this category for months at this point. Just continuously grinding every morning when I wake up. I immediately go to Twitch and see Taggo's stream up. And I mean, this performance right here, this is what I'd honestly expect.
Okay, attempted breezeless there to go ahead and start off his run. Was not able to execute, so decided to go ahead and catch that breeze, missed the Chukya, and grab that star.
That's definitely, I mean, if I were Poke at this point, I'd be trying to everything up my sleeve, knowing that Taggo is a good 7, or in this case, 6 stars ahead.
Now, Taggo executing across, I love that skip right there to get that star. It's almost blind. But it's amazing being able to ground pound right next to the box to get the star out. Oh! Okay, taking a fall there.
Meanwhile, Taggo handling the ice cube beautifully. That takes hundreds, if not thousands of hours of practice. Just go look up Cheese's own commentary on that 1 star. Beautiful execution from Taggo.
Okay, second attempt to get that waterfall star. Desperately trying to catch up.
Taggo just bullying that bully right off the ice. And you know, from what I've seen in the game, I'm not sure that the bullies deserve the rough treatment that they keep getting. I mean,
I don't know. They knock you around. You haven't done anything. You're just coming to try to get some cake, and they're just knocking you off, whether it be into lava or ice. So I don't know. Maybe they do deserve it.
but I mean, you are just kind of trespassing on their territory while Taggo is going into the basement for a late HMC while Poke is going for the top of the mountain star. I mean, these bullies, they don't know you. They've never seen anyone like you. Taggo taking that bonk right there. I mean, how are they supposed to know that you're a friend or foe, ultimately?
I mean, that's fair. I could see that. Now, I did want to mention something as Taggo is grabbing this second MIP star. So we know that on the Japanese version that MIPS is faster than the US version, at least for the first MIPS. The second MIPS is more akin to the speed that's on the Japanese card. So we did not see that that swag grab, or we don't typically see that swag grab coming from the second MIP star.
That's definitely something I would not expect to see in a race like this. I mean, with the race this far apart, I kind of would have expected Taggo to pull out those pro strats, but ultimately not surprised he didn't. That MIPS grab can be very difficult. As you said, Japanese and English not quite matched up there. I believe the Japanese and English 50-star MIPS is about the same. Taggo going for triple box jump, and he gets it very handily. Let's see it. And he dives right into the star. Very clean triple box jump right into the down in the cavern star.
Now, what's interesting about that, if you hold forward for too much, there's actually a kill zone there that you'll run into and you'll just die instantly. So seeing Taggo and all of these experienced runners hitting that triple box jump first try is just shows the caliber of the folks that we have in this tournament right now.
Amen to that. I mean, it's a very precise jump. For those of you watching at home, go try it yourself a couple times. Meanwhile, Taggo immediately getting that switch press. That's something that we've seen a lot of guys, especially in the non-slap tournament, go ahead and have to do a second attempt at. But Taggo, no worries right there. Just landing right on, going for the long jump star. The long jumps will work.
Okay, chugging along here. Let's see. Heading back into Snowman's Land. Depending where he's going to go across, a little bit different of a setup to get across here. Probably just going to go ahead and ground pound, grab this star. Ooh, misses the box. So he's going to have to ground pound once again. Taggo knows he has the lead. Poke knows that he's behind now. That's where I was talking about the mindset of running Super Mario 64. You know, one little mistake, something that you've practiced over and over and over again that you mess up on, you take it really hard at times, and it can affect the rest of your run. Grabbing that deep freeze star now. Taggo with some excellent RNG from these boulders. Grabbing that star with ease.
Very nice. Not getting hit by a single one. And you're exactly right with that mentality. I mean, the races are not about what strats you've memorized that save you 0.1 of a second. It's really about how you recover after those mistakes. And Taggo obviously better at those recoveries than Poke at the moment. I mean, he's been doing 70-star runs for so long at this point. I'd really be surprised to see Taggo take a lot of mistakes.
Taggo headed upstairs now to start off with Rainbow Ride.
And now Tippy is really a make or break point in this run. I mean, both of these stages, so many places to fall off and just immediately die. We'll see how he manages to handle Rainbow Ride and especially TikTok Clock.
At this point, Poke is going to need a near perfect HMC head upstairs and a large mistake from Taggo to be able to catch up here. Executing Lakitu bounce, showing that experience once again. Now, a lot of runners kind of get complacent here at this point after getting Lakitu bounce, but the star's not over, showing that swag, grabbing that cruiser star with ease.
Meanwhile, Poke getting a decent grab on Mips 50, going into his early HMC himself, punching Toad once. Man, I do not get this Toad abuse here. He's just a guy trapped in the castle trying to give you a star. But Poke just not having it, going at it and punching him in the face just to show him what for.
He didn't appear fast enough, that's what it is. He was slowly hiding in the walls and fading forward. So, you know, it's just a little love tap for that star. Showing him who's boss.
Definitely true, although I do have to wonder a little bit. I mean, what has Toad gone through to give Mario that star? Poke missing the triple box jump, having to go at it a second time. The second attempt works, not having to go for it, the elevator route, and getting that dive nice and clean second time around. That's honestly what Poke needs right now. At least second try on any of those given tricks that get stars quickly.
Taggo tackling these reds here in Rainbow Ride now with ease. This
It's
is
really
one that's muscle memory. Oh, missing that last coin, having to go back and grab it again. Spawning the star, still on great pace.
honestly, and I mean, it's going to take a lot of major mistakes from Taggo, even bigger than that slight mistake right there, in order for Poke to be able to catch up in this best-of-1 race.
But this is why Taggo is one of two people with that 47. Definitely very consistent.
The other being the current world record holder, Cheese. And I mean, it shows very much throughout this entire run. It's really shown Taggo's skill more than anything.
Yeah, fun fact, Taggo is only 8 seconds behind Cheese for that world record. Been grinding it out at that last 8 seconds. You know, when you start out in speedrunning, it's really easy. You PB every other day. You're looking at big fat PBs, but this 8 seconds is something that he's been working for quite a while.
Amen. And I mean, it's in a game like Super Mario 64 that's been optimized for so many years. You really have to commit a lot of time in order to get to that comparable level that these top guys are on. Meanwhile, Taggo looks like he's going for TTC 100, missing one coin there, but that's okay. Going ahead and going that slightly alternate route, looks like, for those blue coins. I think it's going to be a pretty clean TTC 100. If it's not clean, that will give Poke an opportunity to at least somewhat catch up. But, ooh, missing that block right there, losing about 7 or... Ooh! Definitely making that closer to 15 seconds.
Taking some hits here. Falling down. Not taking a death.
This is what Poke needs, ultimately.
Taking a death at the end of TTC 100 resets all of that.
He manages to avoid that death, but still takes a pretty significant time loss. Poke's still having to go through all of Reset Ride, but I mean, ultimately, Taggo has given him some time. If we keep seeing these mistakes from Taggo, we may very well see a Poke win here. It's definitely not over yet. And Taggo going ahead and going for the slightly risky strat to go and get those 10 coins. Definitely putting commentators on edge. Getting that 100 coin right in front of Womp's 100.
For sure. Didn't have to go back and get any of those safety boxes that time. Heading up to stomp that thwomp. Using that swag wall kick method, getting back up there.
Meanwhile, Poke getting that Lakitu bounce, albeit slightly slowly, but I mean, hey, getting the Lakitu. Oh, and he misses the platform, falls all the way down to the rotating platforms.
Definitely showing his frustration there, hitting that R button. Gonna have to do red coins as a backup here.
And that's not a backup you want to have to do, honestly. I mean, in Reset Ride, there is very few legitimate backups.
Taggo getting caught up on the pendulum for pitting the pendulums. Kind of mistimed that jump just a little bit, got bodied by the pendulum, knocked back down, but was able to recover it fairly quickly. Only a couple of second time loss for him.
And definitely, I do not believe that Taggo is the one that needs to worry about those second or two time losses at the moment. I mean, he's in such a commanding lead, and I believe he knows it. 6 stars in the lead, going on an entirely different course where, I mean, the last 2 stars are very quick. Right there, getting that roll into the cage, I believe, or some similarly named star. Let's see. Roll into the cage, commentator downing himself, but correct in the end. This is what I go to therapy for, people.
That's right. Poke going for that safe strat after he gets the Lakitu, grabbing that cruiser star with the double jump. Fairly easy. I don't blame him, to be honest. Taggo getting a hand with 67 stars. Wow.
Yeah, Poke's definitely got some room to catch up on. And I mean, Taggo at this point, I mean, unless he makes some major mistakes that he very rarely makes, it really looks like a race sealed for Taggo at the moment. I mean, 6 stars ahead, it's very hard to catch up at this point unless your competitor makes some extremely severe mistakes.
Taggo headed back through. Sliding in, grabbing the star with ease. Triple jump wall kick coming from Poke. Trying to catch up here. Headed for these tricky triangles.
And they're even more tricky than they are casually because, I mean, you have a decent amount of time casually to do them, but if you mess up one of those jumps or dives or flips on this tricky triangles, I mean, you've sealed your fate at this point.
Taggo showing the swag with these red coins, just blazing through them.
Not a single fall, and even then going through them quicker than most runners choose to. At 69 stars, chat, go ahead and put your lulls in.
Here we go, grabbing that Toad star to head upstairs to face the final countdown with Bowser.
Now, it is definitely not over yet. We have seen some races decided very firmly by bits. Poke 11 opting go a fairly safe strat for his 100 coin here in TTC. Meanwhile, Taggo going right up that staircase. It's not a lower category. He's going straight up without BLJs. Let's see how he handles Bowser in the sky, and let's hope he handles it better than Poke just handled that side flip there.
Taggo heading up top. I love this triple jump dive there. That angle is really tough to execute. A lot of runners starting out will look at the camera straight on, but Taggo, of course, showing his experience with that triple jump dive.
Absolutely.
And we're going to see right side here.
Ooh, and missing the right side, falling down to the switch platform. That is a bit rough, no doubt, especially in, I mean, left side is so much easier. Let's see. He's going for right side again, the mad lad. Let's see if he misses it a second time.
He knows he's got this time right now.
Definitely.
Okay, finishing up his 100 coin, having a little bit of a struggle to get up and get that stomp the thwomp, doing the regular blocks route,
and still missing.
Grabbing the bomb.
Doing those couple of kicks up to get to that pull. Mario glitching out a little bit, but ultimately the Italian plumber knows where to hold his hands, and he grabs them. Going for that nice little backflip. And let's see how he handles his throws ultimately.
Checking in on Poke, grabbing a hand. He's going to have to miss a lot of throws to be able to catch up here. Could we see a sub 50?
I believe we can, especially with Noma. And he missed that first throw.
Not when you miss the first Bowser throw. The first one is super important. Trying to line up the camera. That's what you base your second and third off of. Goes ahead and nails it.
And as big as the hitbox is on that first one, that's gotta hurt to miss that first throw. Going ahead and getting, and barely getting that second throw.
Just outside of the hitbox, but was able to pull it off. We saw Lunar Jump do that earlier. Hits once again for a sub 50 run. Excellent showing from Taggo, one of the greats. Poke finishing up here in TikTok clock. As soon as Taggo grabs that star, 49-48. We're going to see if we can get Taggo in here for an interview as Poke is finishing up. Great run for sure from this number 2 70-star PBer. This is why one day he will have the world record for sure, grinding it out.
Amen. As long as she's just grinding out that 120, Taggo is definitely got a fair shot at the 70-star world record. And I mean, this run just proves why. Out of any random run Taggo does, he's able to just get the sub 50, no problem. Meanwhile, we've got Taggo in the room with us.
Taggo, tell us about that run.
I messed a lot of things up. The beginning was pretty interesting.
It was. We
Was I
we saw
behind
that
at the start?
you were, but then had that commanding lead about halfway through. Saw that consistency that we talked about, and saw that confidence back. A little bit shaky in the beginning, but we saw it turn back on. If that makes any sense.
Until bits.
Poke is finishing up right now in TikTok clock, headed up to bits now. Now, how did you feel towards the middle of your run?
Towards the middle?
Because that's when we saw you really turn it on and get focused.
You know, I made so many mistakes, so after a while, I just kind of felt like I just gotta start playing good, dude.
For
So,
sure.
I don't know. Something kind of flipped in my head at that point.
At one point, I was going to say, at one point, you were about 50 seconds behind your PB in the beginning. So is that something that you're going to really focus on as you're grinding out for that world record, your beginning game or towards the end?
Well, I like to continue every run that I can. Like, as long as I can still PB, I usually like to continue it. So even if the beginning is bad, I'll just keep going. And if I get upstairs, I'll finish the run. I don't know. I'm not really focusing on any particular parts, especially in that way.
That's fair. Electric, what do you have for Taggo?
Now, in this race, we saw you go for strats like breezeless. About what point do you think you noticed that Poke was far enough behind you that you decided to pull out that swag?
Well, I wasn't looking at the race, so I didn't know like how far behind he was. I just kind of felt like
you felt the breezeless, so you pulled out the breezeless.
Okay. It was a premonition, executed flawlessly.
Yeah, I just kind of followed my muscle memory, to be honest. I just kind of did what I'm used to.
Now, right there at the end, we saw the right side triple jump wall kick. You had a little bit of trouble with that. What was going on there?
I don't know. I just messed it up over and over. I kept being late on the triple jump input like multiple times in a row, and then after a while, I was actually thinking when I was going up again, like I'm gonna try it again, and I was like, dude, I really shouldn't.
Right.
Like, what if I keep falling down and then I'm gonna lose? Like, no, okay. I'm just gonna.
Plenty of time coming from Taggo. We're gonna try to get Poke in here as he's finishing up his run. But very commanding run, very solid run, sub 50 run. Poke finishing up with the 53-10. Had a little bit of struggle. Poke
Was good.
What happened? You started out so solid. What happened there?
I have honestly no clue. I didn't think I was gonna choke that much.
What?
No clue, but the throat just closing up right there. What would you pinpoint as the moment where this run really started to go in Taggo's favor?
No clue. I mean, I feel like after I died at the start, it was all downhill from there. But yeah.
Well, I mean, to come within 3 minutes 30 seconds of the second place world record holder. I mean, that's a sizable performance. That's something that not a lot of people cannot do. So, I mean, where would you think that you really pulled the mojo out, really made yourself push yourself towards that victory?
I feel like upstairs, like my tippy, other than the Lakitu bounce and other things, it was actually pretty good in my opinion. Yeah.
It really was, you missed that lack of two bounce, having to back up with those red coins. Tippy was really good for you. Um, Mainly it was upstairs that seemed to be an issue for you today, which is not something we've really seen here recently
Mm.
from you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's like the place I most practice, but sometimes you gotta choke, you know.
Right. For sure. Well, gentlemen, thank you very much. GG to Taggo. Poke,
Thanks.
I'm definitely interested to see what you have coming up in the rest of this tournament as well. But thank you very much, gentlemen.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
And don't forget, Vi.gg is our sponsor for all of these events. Check out exclamation point schedule. You can check out the schedule: Super Metroid, Mario Kart Double Dash, Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario Odyssey, Super Mario 64. Anything that you could possibly think of is going to be sponsored by these guys. Check them out. Exclamation point bet, Vi.gg. Special offer for GSA folks as well. Loved hanging out with you today, Electric. Always high energy as usual. I know we're going to take a short intermission. If is that correct, Electric?
That is correct. And after this, we will have a Super Mario Odyssey any percent run. It was great commentating with you, Thera. And like you said, VIE.GG, a key sponsor of this tournament. I mean, these guys, they've done so much for us, especially in arranging these betting tournaments. Some people may not necessarily agree with betting, but ultimately it's something that really supports this tournament. And if as long as you're responsible with your betting, it's not something that can really affect you personally. I mean, it's
Agreed.
VIE.GG is doing so much. I believe that they're actually giving a free €20 bet to new users on their site. Could you confirm that?
Yes, as a matter of fact, if you click down there in the panel, it gives you the exact link um, for that offer. That's done through vie.gg, vi.gg. Lots of folks placing their bets. Had some pretty big upsets earlier on in this tournament, so it's pretty much anybody's tournament at this point still. But go check it out, vi.gg. Be sure to stick around here in the next little bit. We're going to be listening to some swaggy jazz during the intermission. But don't forget SMO any percent at 6:30. Little Aggie versus Astro coming up right down the road. Thank you again, Electric. Hope you have a great day. Viewers, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you again tomorrow.
Amen to that. And thank you so much, Thera, for your co-commentary. And yes, I hope as many of you viewers as possible stay around for the SMO tournament. But if you're not able to, we're happy to have you around for this SM64 tournament. This is just the very beginning. You're going to see a lot of races going forward from GSA for SM64. But I definitely hope you stick around for that SMO any percent tournament.